This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your message. Just as I'm waiting for you all to kind of file in, those are available. I hope that you had enjoyed your Valentine's Day, then spreading love on yourself and others that are around you. Just to understand that right now, the energies that we have, I've just read Cassidy's message for this week with the message, pretty much it was stating how the divine feminine energies, that means even in the male or in a female body, is going up against a lot of things emotionally. We said that pretty much last week, how the emotional things of like I'm being pictured like almost like a being in the midst of a storm or a hurricane or a tornado as everything is going around, and how important it is to stay grounded and rooted at this time. And the hey Mimi, hey. And so it's very important that we find ourselves staying grounded and rooted at this time, because we have a lot of things thrown at us because of all the different planetary shifts and things that are pretty much that's really how's it going around. Love the purple. Ha ha, yes, yes. And so yeah, and that's really pretty much we got to stay in tune with that and using our intuition as well. However, I feel really the root chakra is one thing of a biggie in which we really have to stay connected to, especially like it's almost like to keep tethered. It was so funny. I was watching movies on Netflix called The Order, and how one of the times the young lady, he had sent her to go do an errand in another dimension, and he was like, you got to stay tethered to me. He tied this rope around her. She had one rope around her wrist, he had one rope around his wrist, while he was staying in the present dimension. And how you've got to, even within yourself, when you're doing that, you've got to keep yourself tethered as well. I think about astral traveling and how, important. I was told by one of my clients too, as well. She was saying, when you do that, you got to make sure that you keep yourself tethered as well to your body, and to your also your ethereal body as well, so that you don't get out there astral traveling, you get lost out there. So right now, I would say we really are finding ourselves trying to find things, ways that we can anchor ourselves at this present moment, whether it's Gaia or into our, we don't want to anchor too much into our fields, because our fields is going to lead us all over. It's almost like you anchoring yourself into a balloon, and you can't do that with your field. So right now it is very important as a divine feminine energies that we have the feelings, and we let it just kind of just flow through us. That we feel it, acknowledge it, but then we don't become one with it. This is where we are right now, especially when we're talking emotions. So it was interesting that they had brought up the topic again. That I pulled the cards here, and I was seeing that again they said man holding a heart was here. And so then under that here, and it's got leaves here around the person, where they kind of leaves and kind of flowers too as well, where it's important for the state that we're in is really getting ready to get like really let go, so we can be able to blast off too as well. So hey, charm timeless, so we are letting go. And it's very important that to me, when I looked here, it seems like it's a connection between the divine feminine energies and the masculine energies, about holding the heart, like the desires of the heart, holding the emotions like heart, I'm all in my feels, getting a good handle on that too as well, is where I'm being directed to. It's interesting, he has a heart on his knee, more so than you saying heart on his sleeve. So for that, it has a heart that it was patched on there, and I think pretty much is the knee, which is up to the leg, which is to me is the foundation as far as what you're standing on. Let's again going back to what I said before, being anchored in as far as our emotions. What are we standing on? Like they say, she ain't even got a leg to stand on. So again, what are we standing and putting all our weight on? when we're doing things here, as far as when we're saying matters of the heart, because they said 4 and the 5, which equals the ending of a cycle. I think all of this stuff is most of the time when things get shaken up, you're nearing pretty much the end of something. So 4 is again is about a foundation, getting more foundation and more settled, more grounded. 5 is saying about change. So you got to get grounded in the change. Somebody I had seen, they were talking about changes is coming and how, I think that was Cassidy, and she's saying about the change that's happening. And some of us are going to be thrown off by the changes that's going to be occurring this week. And so when that does come, we've got to be very intentional, yes. And we also have to make sure that we're grounded too in what our intentions are, those intentions that we had set forth as well. So we have here rest and rejuvenation as well. So we have rest and rejuvenation, which lets me know that after you do all the work, and I'm in really pretty much connected to how all this energy is swarming around and creating this change. So in our divine masculine energies, and I will say that as well, remember we house both of them, and then moving forward is really at a point of just resting and soaking in all of the energies right now. And this is where they are, your divine masculine energies within is that. But to me, it's almost like you have done all of this work. You're at the point that you're like leveling. It's like I've worked, and now I rest. That's just like the same thing. Like today, I worked. We had a lot of issues going on the job, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take me just like a little power nap, just maybe 10 minutes, put me on some meditation, root chakra meditations, and just called myself to just really reset myself. So this is where we really are in the divine feminine energies, is where we might feel like we're like, and then at the same time, we have to take time out to rejuvenate, to rest, to reset ourselves, to reboot ourselves. Because even like with the computer, sometimes they got too much stuff going on and you see them crash, or even on the computer you see them have a point where it's like it's not functioning, it says it's not responding. They say you can wait or you can close the program down. This is kind of where we are too. It's like, okay, are we going to continue to wait for the process to go through it and just sit there and press pause and let it happen? Or are we going to get to the point that we're going to say just exit the program, period? Because this is kind of where we are. And we had some of us, and this is interesting, this is at the top of at the bottom of the deck, which was walking away. And so some of us say we're walking away to our bliss. Now they're not even talking about just about uh talking about the journey. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this walking away from these energies. These energies are doing several things. These energies are pushing us to walk away from some things. They're either pushing us away from those things that, again, it should be cycling out, and we have not. We've been holding on to dear life to continue on doing that. But it's also all this stuff is no matter what. And this is interesting that she has a smile on her face and it's sly, which is like within yourself, and your higher self knows why you're getting pushed. But at the same time, you're like, I'm not really understanding. You kind of upset about this push that's happening, but within yourself, it knows why. And this is what I'm getting drawn to, because it's going to help you to meet that spiritual growth where you need to be. And this is where we are, because you got a 2 and a 7. And again, it's another number 9, which is again ending the cycles. But when I see it broken down to number 9, that means it's a step-by-step process. It's just not like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, it's over with, and this is how it's going to happen. 2, understanding that it's got to be a unison. You got to come in unity, coming together, 1 and the 2. And then also 7 means of spiritual completion. And in order for you to have that union or that unity of coming together, and that 7, which is spiritual growth, slamming together, then that's the ending of a cycle. But some of us, again, through these emotions and this push that we're getting from the universe, with through these situations that's happening, that's making us like say, I could literally pull my hair out doing that. I hear him say, with my hair back and forth. Doing that is where we are. So this push is let's say it's an underlying motive that's going on, and universe knows where it is. That's where it's smiling. And that's where it's pushing you to go to your bliss. Okay, that's the overall energies that we are dealing with right now, and this is the overall where we are. So now the shadow, because this is really dealing with us, it's a lot of triggering going on, and if we're not really rooted clear divine feminines, we might find ourselves being all over the place and just being carried away from the triggers. So one way in which we need to be able to do that is we're going to look at what is the shadows that these energies that's going on with all this emotional stuff that's going on. Where is it? What area is it helping us collectively as divine feminines, having us to deal with? So the shadow work that we need to deal with is again black flower fragrance. Understanding to me, this is like no matter what, even if it's bad things, it's still good. This is a black flower, it still has a fragrance to it. And black most of the time is always with a connotation. Most people like it's bad, it's dark. But even in the darkness, even in the shadow, they're still good. There's still something that you can be learned from that. And this is what they want you to understand. And even these energies, even these, I want to tear my hair out, or I whip my head back and forth moments, because it's like, oh, I don't know which way if I'm coming or going. In these moments, help you to understand that it's appreciation for the lesson and the blessing that this good, bad, and the ugly has brought to you, or the bad and the ugly has brought. So you have to give thankfulness for that too as well. Some of us, again, we have here is what we're dealing with. It says addicted. Okay, so some of us, to me, is we got to deal with this addicted to the pain. This is what I'm looking at here as well, because some of us are the drama, whatever it is, and what I'm feeling it is not really for we coming from the divine feminine energies. We ain't talking about no drugs, sex, rock and roll, or something like that. It's more so something that's deeper than what we're saying. It's a deeper beyond the surface that we're dealing with of this shadow of this addiction. Some of it you'll be surprised, and the addiction, and I've even opened my eyes even on this journey of learning, standing that addiction is not just drugs and whatever like that substance, but it can also be addiction to drama. I like all the drama. It's an addiction to also of having bad thoughts. It's an addiction of those things that keeps us perpetually in those of the shadow work in which we have to actually deal with, because again those are the things, addictions are expecting people to stab us. You know, there's some people that say, well, I know that I know somebody, I can hear saying that, you know, I expect friends or family members to act a certain way because I know they don't like me no way. You know, okay, that is, and you're kind of addicted to that some kind of way. That is your armor. That's a way of you protecting yourself too as well. That's addictive. If you keep on feeding off of that energy, any kind of negative energy that you're feeding off that's helping to propel you, is something that could also be looked at as an addiction. Forgetting oneself. Some of us also in this time period are putting, especially the needs of others, especially when you got on the job. And I feel that too as well, the divine feminine energy, and I've seen that come up quite a bit, even in the circle of people that I had, that's feeling like you're not being valued for the energy that you're putting out there. And this is what's coming up to you, the feeling like you're forgetting oneself. And I wouldn't even say just, I mean, and say, no, it goes two ways. I got a fork in the road. One of them, again, is again putting everybody else's needs, because like maybe during COVID, or here in Chicago, we got snow, and then you know it might be, again, you might be on the job the only one that made it because we got this whole bunch 18 inches of snow here in Chicago, and they putting everything else on you, and maybe you saying you got things that you need to do yourself, but you're like, well, I got to because I'm the only one here on the job to do this. And so you find yourself putting yourself last on the list and say, well, I take care, I got projects I got to do, but I'm gonna take care of your stuff. Or again, you're forgetting, you feel like you're forgetting yourself because you cater to other people, or vice versa, they're forgetting you, and you finding yourself being put on the divine feminine energies. That's been kind of going around a lot, and I've seen that trend too. So this is where we are, because it's making you master your emotions. Maybe you might want to give somebody a piece of your mind, like, I'll be darned, you done did XYZ too many times. I need to tell you, because that helps me to get that off my chest. Not only that, but again, it's a way of you taking that energy. I call it the tennis, where you take your energy and they throw it on you, and you throw it and you say, I'm gonna throw that right back at you. I'm not gonna deal with that energy. Okay. So it's a lot of things right there that's going around, this devalued, I should say, unappreciated, devalued. Those are the things that I'm picking up that the divine feminine feels right now. And it's something about her being pushed back, and I'm seeing like a stove. She's being pushed back to the back burner. And this is something that the divine feminine feels, again, is adding on to this emotional turmoil, or this emotional tornado that she's experiencing here. So we got anger and chains here as well. So understanding that the divine feminine has some things that she's got to deal with ego. And that's interesting, because even Cassidy had said that too when I had read that, saying we got to have a difference between when we're standing up for self, and it's a righteous standing up, and then it's a standing up because ego is telling you to stand up too as well. So there's a difference there that we've got to find that fine line as to when I'm standing up, which way is it, or this fear that's coming on as well. That's funny. And I watched the movie, and it was talking about it was like one of these demons in the order was able to take fear from people. And in the movie of the order, because what it is it's a series, and it's a series about this order where you got werewolves and witches. And so you got, I told you I'm on the series of looking at that stuff. Anything you got witches and werewolves, I'm all in it. Or fairies, anything of the other magical realms. And so they had loosed one of the demons from the underworld. This was called the Imperior, something real thing. And so he had been released. And it's like, oh, you don't really want to release him, because wherever he goes, he eats people's fear. So he would take the fear, and it looked like this black googly stuff. And he would literally take it out of their ear, and he would take it and say, oh, look at all this fear. And he would smell it, say, your fear is like a fear of your mother. And I feel like a fear insecurity, and I feel like it's a fear of abandonment. And he said, ooh, and so he would go on ahead and eat their fears. And so afterwards, when the person was left there, they would, just had no fear. Some of them was jumping off of buildings and doing all kinds of stuff. And so the lady was over the academy, which was the college there was, and she was like, you know what, you need fear. She said, because again, if you don't have fear, fear helps to help you to know what your limitations are. She said, but again, if you don't have fear, you find yourself not being afraid of death, or you find yourself get into compromising positions or things that happen that will harm you in the long run. And so again, when we're talking about ego and we're talking about fear, some kind of way, again, it goes back to this card again of how you need the good and the bad and the ugly together. And this is where we have to understand that through this shadow work that we're doing here, we're learning how to appreciate those things, and how fear does help us. Either fear, we'll get to the point and say, oh, hell, I ain't going to keep on being scared no more. I got to do something. That pushes you and propel you, and that's where ego comes in, and it helps you to move into something else. Or maybe you might be fearful of something. Let's say maybe you lost your job, and you're like, ooh, I can't be out here. They ain't got no job like this. I got to find something. I got to do something. And you might even find yourself. I think I was listening to James Van Prague. He was saying that, and he said he had came out there, and he's a famous medium. And he said he came out there. Somebody promised him a job when he came out to L.A. And when he came out to L.A., the man was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't promise you nothing." And he's like, "What? I done came all the way from where I am to over here to L.A. to California, and I was expecting this job." So long story short, he had to find him taking various different jobs, various jobs. I think he was saying he was like a writer for a show, or he might have did some real estate something. I'm just making up stuff. He waited on tables, and he was like, you know what? And he said, in retrospect, it helped me on to be the person that I am today because of me taking all those jobs. So that fear prepared him to go ahead and to go and say, I got to do something. And he was just hustling from one job to another job to another job. But at the end of the day, his fear helped to set him up to be almost, I say, a jack of all trades. He was able to use that even in his mediumship. He said something about him being in the studio. It helped him to be able to run his stuff in his own production company, being on YouTube, and how to be able to wait on tables helped him to be able to have that one-on-one customer service, or that being able to reach out and have that connections with people because of his experience of waiting tables. See, and that's why I'm saying that when you had the fear can push you sometimes into your greatness, into your greatest power, your greatest hour, your greatest moment of who you're supposed to be. So that's why, again, we can't say, well, woo, I sure would like to live a life without fear, because sometimes, again, that fear can push you to where you're destined to be. And that's why you have to learn to be like this card here, where you are in appreciation of the good, the bad, and the ugly, because it brings you to this moment. Okay. So being chained to that anger, which is not being able to let go of, you've got to get to the point. I see X marks the spot. I mean, is this something, a place that you want to continue to be in? Is this the spot you want to do, like a map? Or are you continuing on this journey? Because see, when you're like in anger, that's again, like they say with forgiveness, you're keeping yourself perpetually stuck in that place. You're not getting any kind of growth because you're feeding off of that. And that goes back to that addiction, because that anger. Some people is addicted to being angry. They just like to be angry. Just like to be angry. That's it. I can't see myself being happy. I can't even do that. I see my bestie, and I've seen a picture of her and my niece, and somebody say, "Oh, you smile. This is the most I've seen you smile." And understanding and doing that, that a lot of times some people, they like that. They don't want to smile. They want to stay a mean mugging all the time. This is my rest face, which is my itch face. You heard people say that. Do you smile? Yes, I'm smiling now. So, well, I'll be darned. Sometimes the people just, it feeds off their own energies to be in that. So again, got to see of how that's, we got to break the image. I see a mirror here. Break the image that it is portraying when we're talking about that anger and how we are being chained to things. We got to release and let that go. That's going back to this walk away. We want our bliss. We're going to have to walk away from that. Okay. Now, what are some life changes that is going on for us and collectively as divine feminine energies? What's the life changes that we are with all these emotional things that's going on here, which is to take the next step. Can you see it? To take the next step. This is what it's asking us. It's asking us for, again, it goes by that intentionality and your identity. What are you identifying with? For you to be able to stand in your power and your authority, because that's going to help to transform you. And then again, I see purple there, which is light, which is again getting those downloads of what spirit has been giving you, keys or an idea or hints as to how to be able to stand in your own authority, because you stand in your authority and knowing who you identifying with, your intention will help you to be able to propel and make the next step. So like today, like yesterday, I told my mom, I said, I know what I identify with. I've been bouncing all over the place. Excuse me, but I know what I want to be. I said, I want to be a spiritual coach and educator. And I say, and for me to know who, that's what I identify with, I will be able to move in my being in every step that I make. That is what I'm identifying with. That's what I'm going to be attracting to. And that's how I'm going to remind myself how to move and make my next steps. That's the same thing that you have to do as far as what life is pushing you to make that next step. Even feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay. So spirit wants you to also understand in your divine feminine energies, when you're learning how to hold your own heart, or the matters of the heart, or the desires of the heart, as you're moving into the world, because that's what your divine masculine energies to be represents on that card there, man holding the heart, which is again, how I in the 3D world being able to express or make this happen? How am I holding on to my heart's desires? And Spirit wants us as divine feminines to get into the energies of the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. So the spirit of discernment, understanding the difference between me saying yes no, when people have asked you to do something, you're like, yeah, I'll do it. But inside you really saying, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So you've got to watch what are you signing for up in the world? What is emotionally, I'm seeing like your emotions behind you, literally pushing you, say, yeah, do it. And you're like, well, how the heck I'm doing this? I don't want to do this. My emotions is signing me up for things. Maybe you getting emotionally upset. I had to even find myself even here lately, trying to anchor myself to say, okay, we upset because it was trying to do the cable and move it over, and it wasn't able to switch me over from AT&T over to Xfinity. Long story. Anyway, so I was getting pissed and all upset about it. And you know what? Even in that moment, I was getting upset about it. I was like, hey, it's okay you got upset. It's okay that you did that. Now let's center, feel the fear. Now let's talk and call the Xfinity people, tell them about what you didn't like, and let's find a way how we can get to the solution of getting our internet upgraded. So that's the same thing, what it is like that. Understanding that what are the things that your emotions, I'm going to go back to the emotions within yourself spiritually has been trying to even also sign you up for. This is another thing, but you have been kind of teeter-tottering on having one foot in, one foot out, that you have not completely been sold on. That's something that this energies of these emotions is shaking. Is almost like it's shaking you up. Is causing you to really, through that fear and through that ego, make a definite choice or a definite stance as to where you need to be. This is what's going on right now here. So we're trying to make these yes and yes, and these no's mean no's, and understand the difference. How you going to be able to do that? Because they're telling you again, you got to get in touch with your heart space. You got to feel what resonates in your heart to let you know what is truly right for you. Not what's truly right for divine sunshine, not what divine sunshine tells you it is, but what is it actually right for you. Okay. So now, what is the wisdom that they're asking for you to do? Clear. Says we got to clean up some things. Okay. So we got to clean up. We got to clean up some things so we can be able to. So again, in the divine masculine energies there within ourselves, we have to get to the point that again, that's a stag. So that represents us in the world, in our alphaness, in our leadership. We've got to make a stand. We got to kick the dust off of something. There's some ideas and some things that we have been trying and wanting to do that we have caused us to that caused us to accumulate dust. Like we ain't even touched it. We ain't even touched some of the talents and skills or abilities or ideas and things that came to us. We have let them settle. Okay. Now is the time in order for those things that we say that no longer suit us, that makes us say yes to things that we want to say no, or it's stopping us to make a holy yes, hell yes to an answer to something. We need to clean that up. We need to kind of set ourselves higher, start cleaning up and opening up so we can be able to get that information that we need in our crown chakra. So we need to clean that up too, up in the ethers, so we can be able to get that cleared up, clear what's happening on heaven as in earth. So we need to clean it up in both ways. So here's the thing that they want us as far as now clear, as far as in our healing. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's try that again. Let's see that. In our healing for the divine feminine energies, I just said that. We need to again get secure. I told you that's where that root chakra. I told you like the balloon. So we need to get secure. So I do not. Our affirmation is this: I do not feel threatened by others' success. There is enough supply to go around for everyone. Now, some of you all it's picking up collectively. I call that looking at everybody else's. Maybe it might be looking at everybody's success. Oh, they in relationship. It's Valentine's Day. I looked on Facebook. Everybody all booed up. I'm out here all by myself. All by myself. I'm doing that. And so I'm not understanding, or everybody got a job but me, or everybody's doing what they want to, but look at me. It's a comparison thing that we've got to let go. And so understanding that when we're talking about the success of other people, that means to me, success will be you looking at it and saying, that's where I want to be. But you got to remember on this twin flame journey here that you're meant and sent here to create your own path, to cut your own path. What they're doing and their successes might not be your success for you, or the way they got to that success might not be the way in which you're going to get that success too, even if it's in the same field, the same area that you want to. You've got to be secure in understanding. That's where that discernment comes from, and understanding where you want to be and how what is good for you. That's why they want you to get into that energies, divine feminine energy, divine feminines, that you are holding on. You're anchored into your heart. You're anchored into what you need or what you desire in your heart. And if not, find yourself, maybe you might need to rest and rejuvenate. Maybe you might need to again stop and meditate and levitate and find yourself going to the next. Okay, going to the next level. I know what that is. Going to the next level here. Meditation is the way to do that too as well. And rejuvenate, which means reboot. I don't want to stop. Yeah. Okay, so even with me and my meditation practice here lately, it has become different because I found myself, say, I'll give you the keys sprinkled in here. I found myself also feeling that I had to switch up my meditation and not to be so one, two, and three about it. Meditation, and this maybe been eye-opening for me, and maybe several of you all say, I've been there. But meditation is more so a time of communing just with yourself and talking to yourself and getting the answers too. With source, with your guides, your angels, or whatever. I think sometimes, and some of us might need to look at our meditation practice too as well to see, are we doing it at the point that we are not allowing ourselves to hear the answers, to hear maybe even the inner child come out, to hear even what the angels are saying, or source is saying to us as well. I think many of us maybe it made it kind of sometimes cosmetic, it's cute, it's trendy. I'm meditating, I'm paying attention to my breath, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. But are we listening, taking time out to also to hear the answers to what is our body feeling? Are we really communicating and getting in touch with that? And a lot of us is not able to do that as well. Okay, so that's something that we've got to make sure that we fine tune into. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I said that came up. I see up there. Next one, we have to have composure as well. Okay, so, and composure means I remain calm under pressure, even when other people are trying to engage me in conflict. That means it don't have to be even people at all. Okay, good. Okay, so it's not even about people. It's people, places, and things. It's a conflict with emotions right now that's going on. And this is what we are dealing with to compose. That's why I say it's very important right now that we really are anchored in our root chakra. We're anchored right now where we are. So now with these energies, moon, I want to look at moonology because that's always the thing of talking about the energies of the divine feminine, which is the moon, clear. But then the moon is very powerful because it always affects our emotions as well. So I want to see within the universe and emotions that's being out there, what is it that they're trying to push us into? They're trying to push us here to understand, to show the world the real us. This is where we are as divine feminines. And that goes back to that hell yes. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes to when it's a holy yes. Holy hell yes. Because sometimes when you signing up to things, again, that is not you. That is not you. putting yourself out there and really identifying. That's not living with integrity. And I told you the word of the street on Twin Flames neighborhood, like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, is integrity. What am I doing that's making me whole? The same thing again. Forgetting your oneself and putting yourself last or putting other people's first, that's not making you whole. That's not putting it all together, the pieces here. That's putting other people together. That's funny. We had today in class vocabulary was, what does it mean complete? And it was saying to be complete was to not have any missing pieces. So again, if we want to be whole, we can't have any missing pieces. And sometimes when we saying that yes to other people, we are creating a vacuum, a space there that really no one else should be housed there. And until we are able to find out what needs to be housed there, that's where we go back to this rest and rejuvenate. Pause for the cause, reboot like a computer, and then hit for you say again, restart or start over again to open up. Okay, to power on. Okay, so next thing is balance spirituality and practicality. That's all pretty much we're saying right now. Here again, if you want to have again this discernment here, that takes both ways. You got to check in with spirit, and then you also got to use wisdom as well with that. And they say nothing would come of this situation, which lets me know that again, if you keep on saying yes, no, it's even confusing for me even to do that way. It's going to lead you into places which is again is not going to bring you into integrity. Okay. All right then. So spirit wants us to specifically to do the following. I'm doing for time. Okay, good. Spirit wants us to clear. Judgment. Okay, so we got judgment, which got to number 20 there. Okay, so in order for us to be able to have that union with self and the coming together of a balance, as they're saying there earlier, with that one, with the judgment. I don't know who that's for Canada. Hold on a second. Okay, so now with us having this judgment card here, this is a release right here. We have a freeing of oneself here too as well, allowing for, it's like divine judgment too is also divine intervention, letting also a weighing of things, allowing for your spirit to be set free in this time there. So again, I would say also watch the judgment. I was watching somebody saying that again that we have to let go. Oh, I think that was James Von Prague too. I had heard him saying about the judgment. Watch when we're judging people. Some people are addicted to that too. You got to watch that as well. You're judging situations, judging people, judging everything else, and just be. That is a binding of yourself too, because when you're doing that, that does not allow you to free. That's not allowing other people to free themselves, to express themselves they want them to be. It doesn't allow them here and saying letting people show up the way they want to show up. And that's the same thing. What you put out that energy outside is the same thing that you have in this occurring, this happening within back to you. So you don't want to put judgment in it. You put things like it's expectations in the box for things to show up a certain way. And you want things to just be, so that can help you to stay present as well. Okay. So again, we want to stay in the now. Don't judge anything because that's labeling things and that limits things. Okay. And we need to also surrender, clear. Surrender to the wonder in all things. That's why I say let things just express themselves the way they are. So it says open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow, and it help you to be able to release and just let go. Okay, because then you'll be able to know what things you need to do so you can be able to go. Okay, so this talking about this walking away and go to your next level. So you have to be in the wonderment. Let's not identify what it is. Let your heart not identify with your mind, but let your heart also identify it. Okay, and then the last two decks. This is it. Clear. Give some lasting, some advice, some other things that Source wants us to know. It's got this for my Mystic Rebel deck. Ooh, to allow new love to come in. Okay, so we have this new love. Yeah, we have this new love that's coming in here. And it's not only for a bicycle built for two, but it's a new love of seeing the world. It's a new love of seeing ourselves. It's a new love of understanding the value and the self worth of our yeses and our nos, and really not confusing the two of that. And that's a new love because that helps you stand in your power and to be empowered by that as well. So you can open up to that one. But today I don't want to too much focus on the twin flame that way, because I want to empower you and understand about these energies that's going on now, that us as divine feminines finding ourselves to be like Calgon, take me away. I know I'm dating myself. When you used to have that, I don't know, for the young Greens, they might not be familiarized with that. Vanessa and I probably will. And they used to have Calgon, used to have a thing where the young lady would have get into a bathtub on this commercial, and when she got in the bathtub, you see her just sink on down, and she's like, "Oh my God!" It was a bath thing, bubble bath thing, and you pour that in there, and it's supposed to, you see the lady sink down into the bathtub, and next thing you see in the scene, she out there maybe on the beach or something like that, and it's just this cow going is supposed to just take you away as far as in your mind. So you want to kind of get into that kind of space as well when you talk about this new love thing, but you don't want it to in this new love thing. The next thing, and I want to talk to your guides and see what's the message that your guides have for you as well about where we are. And then I'm going to draw a couple of cards, and then I'm out for a couple of people that is bringing me to clear. Okay. All right then. So patience is a virtue. And I think that the guys are what telling us about that, because again, with these emotions, you got to be patient with the other people. You got to be patient with yourself in this whole process, because that's what's going to get you through. That's why I say it's very important for us now that we are anchored. We are anchored in what we want, anchored in our intentions, anchored in who we identify with, anchored into this possibility of new love, just anchored, really being really anchored and tethering ourselves to what things that we want to be connected to. I might need to change the I might need to change the title of it. Okay. So always, hey, oh, hi. Look at all these people that came out here. Okay. Let me look and see. I'm just gonna go at random while I'm trying to get my cards together. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because you know I come on here at random for you all. And again, when Spirit tells me to come on and give you a message, I do. Sometimes I come on specific days, sometimes I don't. But again, I'm just understanding just to be and to be free flowing as well. So make sure that you click like and share and subscribe. Hit that, smash that notification button for that, so you can be able to know for all. So you'll be able to know when I come on here as well. All right. Let me see. Is there any other things that we're doing there? I was trying to see. I'll go into more details about the things. If you want to do, I do readings for you to know all the types. The Divine Masculine Love Letter is still going on for the month of February. If you want to know, or even Divine Feminine Energies, any kind of love letters from anybody that you want to know, I am also available to do that. Go to divineunisociallove.co so you can be able to book a reading with me. I'm also doing a transformational sneak peek. I really highly recommend you do that too as well, so you can kind of get an understanding about what some areas that you still need to maybe tweak. It's a 5-card spread that's only $14, real cheap, so you can be able to see about that. I'm also in the works. I am creating a 30-day transformational thing. I got my one client that the first one that signed up for that, work with her, that I walk you step by step, hand in hand, to make sure that you make your transformation. Some people I can give you the keys and tell you what you do, but some people they need the hand held all the way through as the transformation. Because I told you I'm a spiritual coach. I should say spiritual transformational coach, but spiritual coach as well. And so I want to coach you all in alignment with what I say I want to do. I want to coach some of you all through this. So 30 days, again, a Zoom meeting. You have access to me where I coach and I work with you one on one for that. And I come up with an itinerary each day for the next 30 days, what exercises the Spirit has told me that you need to specifically be doing. So for you to be able to do that. So you can check that out as well. Coaching, you go to divineunitysouls11.co. Give me 24 hours on that one to put that up there because I have not. Or either you can do I have my email up here? I don't think I emailed, man. I ain't put that up there either. Got everything else there. Okay, no. So you can also go to divineunisols@gmail.com as well. Let me see, I can make it real quick. Divine Unisouls. So, okay, my handwriting would be interesting. Souls, LS. I don't even know how to spell that. At Gmail. Okay, .com. Okay, if you're interested in doing that, that's really by invitation only. If you are interested in doing that change, thank you. If you are interested in going to do that, hit me up on divineunisols11@gmail.com where I do a one-on-one coaching with you for 30 days. It has a lot of readings that's into it. And again, each day I give you specifically, which is filled with meditations, things, activities, and things. It's only catered to you. The source tells me specifically what you need to do. And I've had a lot of good success stories and transformations and changes over the 30 days from me doing it. But now I'm going to open it up so you all can be able to partake of that. I've done it for a couple of views, but I tweaked it and now I'm specifically doing that for you all as well. So you're interested in doing that. I'm not going to put that on there. That's by invitation. I'll see how Spirit and I, when we work together, if that's something that you're interested in doing, if it say, yeah, work with that person needs you. All right, then. So now let's go ahead and let me pull. I want to pull for my Mystic Oil deck here as well. I'm then getting pulled for Vanessa. Let me do a spin. Okay. So let me see what's happening here. One card. What time is it? 47? Okay. We're going to be in and out. You have to be in the Sunshine Lounge or you have to make a comment down below, but I'm not able to see the comments. So you got to go in the Sunshine Lounge. Clear. And then Spirit will tell me who to pull for. If you ain't in the Sunshine Lounge, I can't help you. I'm not trying to be nasty, but I ain't trying to, I can't operate two things here. So if you want Spirit for me to say, ooh, that's one. Whatever it is, Vanessa, that you asked here, the answer is no. So you know what that is. I'm going to put it right here. No. And she got her hands crossed here, arms crossed on something. So something that you have there is saying, nope. So they say, I ain't going. That go back to that. It's not a hell yes from your emotions. You know what it is, but it say it ain't a hell yes. It's a hell no. Okay? So there you go. All right then. Okay, so next one. Margaret. Okay, pulling the card for you. Oh, here it is right here. I was putting that. Expand your perspective. Okay. So something about it, what you happening, what's going on with you, ma'am, you got a tunnel vision. This is what it's telling me. You got tunnel vision. You got a lot of planetary. I think when it's interesting, it's got all these planets around with you. Some of this is not your fault. Okay. Some of this stuff is these planetary shifts that's going on. It's making you feeling like, I ain't too sure. I don't know if I want to make that move. Have say, make that move right now, baby. So you need to make that move right now, Margaret. Whatever it is that's making you a little kind of shaky about it, it's a expand. I'm seeing like boomerang when it's talking about what he said, coordinate. Something about something coming together. He said coordinate. Something you want something to to match up, like matchy matchy. And Spirit saying ain't gonna be matchy matchy. It's gonna be a little bit kind of eclectic. That's what it's saying. So whatever it is, you know what that is. Ain't putting your business out there. Somebody that you wanted to match up real nicely, and they saying either it's not going to match up matchy nicey nicey. Yeah, you got to open your mind. I'm saying, yeah, he all over the, what he had on, his outfit was all over the place. Yeah, it's not going to, they keep on drawing me to, oh Lord, he passed away too, that comedian. Wheels Witherspoon, he tell me himself. He say Witherspoon, John Witherspoon. Thank you, John. No, ain't gonna be matchy matchy. Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Gaming addict, you kind of look like you're throwing. It's I'm kind of being drawn to you. Okay. It say use your personal power. Use your personal power. Okay, what it is you got to put your hand on your hip, and when I dip, you dip, we dip. Now, why that came to me? Something about you got to find. That's your angels. I see them dancing. Your angels and your guys are saying they've been telling you to do something, but you ain't been doing it like they telling you to do it. You've been a little hard headed because look like they've been saying if they say when I dip, you dip, we dip. Some of the bodies are coming together. It's going to help everything to come together. So again, they want it's something. Yeah, you ain't following. You ain't following. You ain't following, game addict. Something about your guys and spirits they've been telling you about something, and something about it is like they say if you would follow it to a letter T, it's going to help you to come in together. It's all gonna come in alignment. Thank you, my words. Because somebody here laid in the words. That's why I know about these motions. It's gonna help you to come in alignment, and it's gonna be a we, like a union about of sorts. So you got to do that. Okay. All right. That's what you got to. That's what you got to do on that one. One more. What time that we got here? Hey, hey, April. Who this Aisha person? You caught my eye. Aisha, are you still here? Are you gone? Say something. I'm not like James talking about. I ain't gonna pull it unless you're here. Aisha, are you here? Hey, unique model. Aisha, are you here? Oh, that's your cousin. Can you stand in proxy for her? Okay, I'm gonna pull the spirit and already said it went straight up like this. So I'm gonna do it for her. She need to raise her vibration. Aisha gotta raise her vibration. Yeah, something about the way she's seeing things. I'm seeing shades on it. Okay. So she got some shades. She's not seeing things clearly. I can hear him saying, I can keep clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles disappear. Whatever. I know I didn't change it, the word. Don't worry about it because you know how I sing on here. So anyway, so yeah, something about these obstacles. Something is blocking her. Her perspective is off. And because of she's to me, she seems like she's that type that because of the perspective of something being off, it makes her like drop. It made like, man, just forget it. You know, I was really all excited about it at first, and now it ain't coming together. Just like it just it puts her in a funk. No, not rose-colored glasses. Something throws her off, and she's like that. I kind of like that too. Sometimes if it don't come together, it puts me in a funk. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. Vanessa say, I ain't want to do it, but see, I got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah, no, it puts her in the funk. She gets set back. Now, Aisha might be, and I'm kind of sensitive from you, is like she might be a person that's all peppy, peppy, all yay, rainbows and sunshines and unicorns and hearts and blue stars and all that stuff. But when it don't come together for her, she crashes. It go, but she's a person that knows how to maybe hide it very well. She's similar. I wouldn't say with me because I wouldn't even say it. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it with me because hell, April can tell you when it get ugly, it get ugly. I can't cover up too well. Pardon me, because I even had a principal one time tell me, she's like, nah, It with you, it's either hot or cold. You ain't got no warm. So I can't even lie about that. But I do understand how things take you in those lows when things are not connecting and coming together. And I do know how to put on a happy face. I'm hearing to say put on a happy face too. And you won't know what's going on. Now I do know that, but no. That's how it is for her. She puts on a brave front. She can put on a brave face. Okay, for that. Okay, you here? Okay, is that you, Miss Aisha? Okay, I didn't know you was here. I'm talking to you like you third person. I'm here like you talking about me. I ain't in the room. What kind of deal is this? But yeah. Yes. Okay. All right then. Who is this? Oh, I said yes. It's saying yeah. It keep on talking to me about you. Say yes, that's you. You can't lie about the cars. Okay. But no matter what, you still on the right path, no matter how it's looking. Okay, Aisha? Okay. Yeah, she's a little behind on the video. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. But no matter what it is, they say you still on the right path. What did I tell you? Embrace the ugly. Embrace the no's that the universe give you. And when stuff don't come together, know that, hey, it's going to be all right in the long run. Okay, unique model. I haven't done anything for you. I don't remember last time I pulled for you. So I'm about to pull for you. Okay. This on one now. You ain't got one on here. We ain't gonna keep on that part. You didn't got one on here. We wait till we cycle around for that. Okay. Self reliance. Got to learn how to rely on yourself there. Okay. This tells me again, and this is interesting. She's on the desert. You're on the path of taking the a road of least resistance, but looks like it's more resistance. But you're on a road less traveled. Because don't expect for anybody to understand. I was about to say your struggle. Don't expect anybody to understand your vision. Don't let anybody be able to expect for them to be able to help you to know where's your destination and where you're walking off to, where you're walking to. Because to them, they might be seeing this like it's prickly, like a cactus. But you know, a cactus is resilient. I mean, it's out there in the desert, don't have nothing else to feed on but itself. It supplies its own food or water, not food, but water. And it knows how to store it up for long periods of time. That water represents spirit. So that means I'm allowing spirit to feed me. So why am I going to look at you to expect you tell me about what's going on with me? Because spirit is the one that's supplying me. Sources was supplying me, not you. So you not get it. So this is what he wants you to be able to understand that. Right on the money. Okay. So this is what they want you to understand on that one. Okay. Is April still here? Because I kind of got pulled to her. April, are you still here? Okay, I'm gonna pull for you anyway. Maybe you might watch the replay. This flipped out. Same one for you. Use your personal power. Something about it again. This to me again is almost like a unique model. It's saying something about you got to rely on your own. This to me is like standing in your power here. This she's got to look like here is like really. That's what you coming with. Is that really what you come with, baby? I know the when, the how, the why, and how you even got here. So don't come for me. I can see all behind all of this. So I can understand what things that I can depend on and what I can't. But she's looking like she's like, it's like a hit me with your back shot. You say word. Like, okay, really? Mm-mm. Now you got the wrong one, baby. You please trust and believe. I can see all through all that. So they want you to rely on use your personal power to push you. I'm seeing a gas station. Something about to fuel you. That's what it means. Thank you, because you know I'm losing words. To fuel you. Okay, as well. All right. Okay, I think the next time when I come on here, I'm gonna see if I can work the super chat. It's true. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can work the super chat. I'm gonna plug it earlier, and then I'm just gonna pull cards. And you want to again hit me with a love donation as well. I don't know how you do this, and I'm on this. How you be able to send that? I don't even know if it's on. They say ain't no matchy. I just came up seeing, but I felt John. Like he's like literal. I can feel his essence. He let me tap into. Get on out of here. You better get out of here. And he said, ain't no matchy. I didn't know that. Now I do know about his I do know about coordinate, but I ain't never heard him use matchy. Get on out of here. Talk about it. I'm tapping in and I'm talking to the peoples that them passed over. Man. Okay, or give it a cash app. Okay, Mimi. Then I'll put that up there because I can't. I don't know how to do the damn super chat. Okay, and then we'll work it out. Mimi, hit me on my email, and then I give you the info so that when you can be able to, when you do the moderated thing, we can be able to do that. I'm trying to see. Maybe we do it Thursday. Let me see. Maybe we do it Thursday. Okay, let's shoot for Thursday. Parade on nothing. Let's shoot for Thursday. Wednesday's Monday. Yeah, let's shoot for Thursday. Let's do Thursday. Let's do Thursday. Questions. Okay. Q and questions for Spirit. We'll do that. Okay. And we just do that. And I just pull cards. I won't do that. Because Spirit said it seemed like some of y'all need some help. I mean, it's not in the nasty way. It's like you need some answers. So I'll open myself up to do that that day. And then I'll recharge and whatever over the weekend. Okay. So that means when I do that, I'm shutting down because I have to recharge. You can do it, but don't expect me. If you want a personal reading, don't expect me to do it this week because I got to charge up for that. And then next week, then I can do that. Oh, you didn't know eclectic? Oh my God, yeah, oh, I love that word. I love that. She has the eclectic taste, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like bohemian chic. Yeah, I love that. All right, then. As always, that is it. Okay, so next time we want to be brave and go into the Sunshine Lounge. I want to thank Margaret. Thank you, Unique Model. Thank you, Mimi, my moderator with the mostest, with the hostess over there. Golden Life, that's also AKA, that's April. If y'all don't know, that's with me on the playground experience. Gaming Addict, Charm Timeless. I always like to give a shout out to my people. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so happy to see you. See how you get blessed when you talk about I just breathing through. You don't never know when you get blessed. Thank you, Aisha, for being brave, coming in here. Okay, I think that's all. I think I got everybody. That is it. Yep, that's it. Okay, thank you so very much. And I will see you next time. My IG name is So Eclectic. Get on out of here. See? Mm-mm-mm. The connections just keep on going. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you, and I'll see you real soon.